Now, you may think that our ability to know the difference between right and wrong is just part of what makes us human. However, scientists have now discovered that the part of our brain that controls our moral code can be turned on and off. By applying powerful magnets to a small region of the brain just behind the right ear, they could prevent the brain from functioning normally. As a result, the people temporarily became less moral. So the mind boggles thinking how they tested that. But what do you think dictates your moral code, with or without a magnet?
I have got one. I'm quite moral. I do have a very good sense of what's right and wrong. I do things that are wrong sometimes.
You do?
But at least... well, I have done. I'm quite good now. I'm quite well behaved.
So where would you say your moral code or compass comes from?
Well, from my mum, probably. You know, because when we were little, you did have a sense of what was right and wrong, and if you did something wrong and you were punished, you learnt from it. You know, because you knew it was wrong, and you were told it was wrong, and you didn't do it again. And I've kind of, you know, I don't know, I've gone through my life like that. I mean, every time I've done something that I knew was either unlawful or wrong or completely morally wrong, I've always known what I was doing. But I've always thought, you know, I've always thought it through and think, how could I square this if I got found out? Do you know what I mean? But I don't do it now, and I'm very, very law-abiding. And, you know, I might be with someone who, you know, if someone drops litter, I get very, very cross. If, you know, and if someone says, oh, just put your foot down and break the speed limit, I won't do it. I won't do anything.
Girl, aren't you? You surprised me. Yeah.
I am. I'm quite good. I'm scared.
My moral compass is dictated by how many Jack Daniels I've had. No, I've got to tell you a story. I was brought up a Catholic, went to a Catholic school. I remember when I was a kid, my mum was at work and it was a really hot day and I went down the quick save and I remember there was a blue ribboned packet open on the shelf and my mate dared me to rob a chocolate bar, rob one of the blue ribbons. So.
And how old were you then?
I was about 10 at the time. So I get this chocolate bar and I'm running home and I can feel it all melting in my hands, you know. Key through the door, I thought, I'll eat it in my bedroom, so, you know, no wouldn't get caught. Go up to my bedroom, start to eat it, and there's a pair of feet under the bed. A burglar. And I just believed it was God punishing me for robbing the biscuit. I did. It was like, do unto others as you'd have done unto yourself.
One biscuit?
But listen to this.
What did you do with the burglar? Did you just
Well, I ran out the house. Ran out the house and I wouldn't eat the biscuit. But later, only a few years ago, I went to a health farm. And I got outside and I'm driving, I'm just about to leave, check my bill, and they've given me a load of products free. They haven't put them on the bill, and I thought, oh, what do I do? So I put my foot down and got done for speeding. I thought, there we go again.
So do you believe in that? You believe in karma? You know, it'll get you in the end.
I do. I believe if do unto others as you'd have done unto yourself, and if you're good, it comes back on you. I don't do it for that reason, but it's just simple right and wrong, isn't it?
I've always had a very strong sense of right and wrong, and sometimes a real sense of injustice as well. So if somebody's being picked on or bullied, whether, you know, it's from when I was at school, little children, or...
Were you bullied?
Yeah, I was bullied at school, yeah.
Oh.
And actually, it came about not only through, you know, sounding different to everyone else, but because I stuck up for someone who was being bullied. So they all kind of went, right, we'll do you instead. But I would do it again because, but saying that, I think when I've ever done, like Carol, when I've ever done something that I've known is wrong, no one has given me as much trouble as I've given myself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've really beaten myself up for it because I feel like I've let myself down, everyone down, you know.
But you shouldn't do that because once something's done, it's done. You know, you can't
help but beat yourself up about it. I mean, I've always had a little inner person, I hope, that's kept me on the straight and narrow, and always had, I mean, I've done things, but, you know, basically I've had that little person in there that's been instilled in me to say what's right and wrong, and always been on the right side of right, I hope. I mean, there was a time...
Have you ever broken the law?
No, I don't think I have, because
Never?
No, don't think so.
Never speeded on the motorway?
Not really, no. I mean, I think I'm always aware of what I'm doing, you know what I mean? But when I was 4, I was in a little show and I wanted this tutu that this other little girl had got, because, of course, it was covered in diamonds. And the only thing was that she was standing next to a little... Well, it was about 3 stone steps. And she did sort of get pushed and fall down those stone steps. And she did actually do her ankle in, and I was given the tutu and the
I've seen you wearing it on this morning.
But I was found out
Yeah.
and the tutu was taken away from me, so I was punished really badly, and I did learn a big lesson from that. Get the tutu before she puts it on.
Sherry Hewson, you don't mean that.
No.
Now, if you plan